Okay, I am going to talk about S1 and S2. All right, so when we talk about S1 and S2, we're talking about heart sounds. And if you think about it mnemonically, S1, 1 being first, S meaning sound, first sound, S2 meaning second sound. Okay, and you've probably heard it before. Your heart goes lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. So that represents the first and the second sound that you hear. And let me show you what that's all about. So here's my heart again, and thank you guys for the ones that turned in their homework and they drew the heart, and it looks awesome. Nothing like mine. Thank you for being artists. So anyway, so again, I am going to draw this imaginary line because we want to separate, remember, the atria versus the ventricles, okay? And if you can remember, we had some flaps here, right? Which we call the floodgates. And then on this side, we had a flap. And then we also had some valves here and a valve here. Okay, I'm not drawing them like flaps because they actually kind of look like circles. But we still call them valves. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 valves. All right. So when we talk about the first sound that you hear, if you're auscultating the heart, auscultate means to listen. You got a stethoscope, and you're looking in a few places because you're listening for the 4 sounds of the opening and closing of the valves. So the first sound you hear, like we said, S1, first sound that you hear, is going to be, and I'm going to put an S1 here and an S1 here. And because we've got the tricuspid valve, and we've got the, you can see that over here. And then we've got the I just messed that up. The bicuspid, or what we call the mitral valve. As you can see, the back of my eyes, I'm very sleepy. I'm not getting much sleep these days. Anyway, okay, so we got the tricuspid and the bicuspid, or mitral valve. And so these 2 valves represent the first heart sound. And it's representative of these closing, okay? Think about it. The blood is filling in and dumping into the ventricles, and then they close, okay? Flap, close. And that is the first sound you hear. Okay, so let me just take all this off. We know about the S1 sound. We know that's the mitral valve and the tricuspid valve closing. So, what do you think S2 is? You got it. S2, S2. And what is this over here? The pulmonic valve. And on this side, if you can see that, yes, we have the aortic valve. And remember, left, right. So, if the S1, tricuspid and the mitral valve, is representative of the leaflets closing, what do you think this is? It's the same thing, right? The second sound, number 2, S sound, the second sound you hear is the pulmonic and the aortic valve closing. All right? So, I'm going to erase that. Give us some room here. All right. So, we've got S1 and we've got S2. First sound, second sound. And you already know what it represents, the closures. But we also need to talk about, and let me just kind of clean this up.